another episode of PTV. I'm Kay Pockavere.
And I'm Ava Skemper. Recently, a former PHS graduate came back to Mr. Covington's weight classes to give them a new kind of PE experience. Our first story explains more.
Let's go!
Students trained with a United States Marine Corps officer to get a more in-depth look on the basics of Marine training.
So I came in on a whim. I'm here to see my family because I'm getting ready for another deployment. Came back to spread my knowledge with Coach, and he's asked me to come in and PT his students. I'm trying to teach them adversity. Like you need to put out, and there's going to be adversity in life, and when adversity meets you head on, you get through it.
Officer Runyon challenged students to do their best.
He came up behind me while I was running stair laps, and he was just trying to motivate me to keep me going, so I thought that was cool that he did the work with us. I learned that you need to keep pushing yourself, and even when you're tired, just keep going until you can't no more.
I graduated in 02. I'm 36 years old, obviously, and I'm still here today with 19-year-olds, running and gunning with them at their level, just to show them it doesn't matter how old you get, that as long as you put the work in, you'll always be successful.
At the end, we had to get in a circle and do some stuff, and I wasn't really sure if that was going to be even harder or what, but it wasn't that bad.
Officer Runyon not only wanted to teach the students about physical training, but mental training as well.
Everybody these days live in that technology world with the cell phones. They don't want to have that one-on-one conversation with individuals. So that's what I've learned. So when we sit down and have a conversation, it's honestly, it's interaction between individuals. It's not a text message. It's I'm having that one-on-one conversation with you.
Officer Runyon values the importance of serving his country.
I mean, not everybody gets to serve their country, and those that get to, we enjoy it, and it's just been an awakening for me. I enlisted in 2003, and like I said, 6 tours of combat, getting for a 7th tour deployment, and it's just been an honor and a privilege to serve the American people and to protect my family.
For PTV, this is Trent Herrick.
10. All right, over your head, from your waist to your head.
Ava, if you return to this school in about 20 years, like Officer Runyon did, what do you think you'd be teaching the younger generation?
I have no idea. Maybe I could help the future Pacers with a dance routine or something like that.
I can see you doing that. And maybe you can tell them about the time the very special dancers from New York came to perform at the halftime of the basketball game.
Oh yes, that is a fun memory, as we'll see in the next segment.
The PHS custodial staff took the court at a recent home basketball game.
Well, what we did is we had a dance, which I saw this performance a couple years ago and thought it'd be fun to just give it and present it to the student body.
This performance took lots of preparation.
Well, we had to make some hats, big top hats. They're quite large. Took many hours to make, and then we found some costumes from the thrift store, put those together, and then Mrs. Weisar did our makeup.
The fans enjoyed the dance.
Well, I hope they enjoyed it. We could hear them laugh underneath our hats, so hopefully the crowd enjoyed it.
For PTV, this is Kay Pockavere.
If you were at the game when those very talented dancers performed, you might have also noticed something new in the Newland gym.
Yep, the new video scoreboard. Here's more on that. To bring excitement to sporting events, a new video scoreboard has been added in the Newland gym.
The reason I built the scoreboard was because years ago when we went to state basketball, I'd look up at the scoreboards at Hutchinson and you could see all the stats of all the kids that were on the floor at the time.
The new scoreboard displays several new features.
Now the scoreboard could actually be used for many things. It's actually a video board, so we could use it for ultimately advertising for anybody that wants to come advertise for their business. Instead of hanging up banners or signs around the gym, we could put it on the scoreboard and just have it scroll across at any time we want. The scoreboard can be used to show scores of the individual athletes, fouls, points, total score of the game, timeouts, all that stuff. Features would be, I think you can get it to look a lot like regular video off of a TV. The further away you get, the better it looks. The brightness is much brighter than just having a couple TVs showing the scores and the stats. Other features could be is I can pretty much put whatever I want on there. Scrolling text, written text, pictures, slideshows, video, whatever I want.
For PTV, this is AJ Van Lunen.
Kate, do you know what last week was?
Well, I did notice that a lot of students were wearing hats last week, and it's not Spirit Week, so that just leaves one more option. It must have been FFA Week.
That's right. JC Roth gives us a recap of FFA Week.
Besides Hat Day, hamburger feeds, and breakfast for the teachers, FFA Week has a more meaningful purpose behind it.
The purpose of FFA Week is to raise awareness of the FFA organizations across the nation. And we try to do some activities here at the school that will allow the other students in our school to become involved with the activities so that they can, perhaps it's kind of a good public relations stunt to help maybe get a few more kids in the ag program.
On the first day of FFA Week, FFA officers hosted a hamburger meal to get all of the members of the club involved.
The purpose of this lunch is to get all the FFA members involved with the first day of FFA Week.
Making the hamburgers wasn't the only preparation that went into this meal.
Lexi and I went to the store on Friday and we bought the hamburger, the chips, pickles, ketchup, mustard, etc.
Thank you, Carson.
Another way that students could get involved throughout the week was by paying $1 to wear a hat. Not only did FFA have a hamburger feed and hat week, but they also had their annual breakfast for all of the teachers and staff.
We started, I can't remember when, probably 10, 15 years ago, we started the teacher breakfast, and the kids were kind of reluctant to start, but once we started doing it, they had a really good time doing it, and so it's something they want to do every year.
For PTV, this is JC Roth.
FFA has been pretty busy lately. Not only did they have FFA Week last week, but before that, they also joined up with the Logan FFA and American Family Insurance to bring the Peterson Brothers to the area.
Take a look at how that went.
American Family Insurance, in conjunction with the Phillipsburg and Logan FFA chapters, brought the Peterson Farm Brothers to Logan to share their experiences as farmers and YouTube sensations.
We got started making YouTube videos in 2012 when I had the idea to make a parody music video about farming for my friends, and then I had my two younger brothers help me out with it, and we intended to have our friends watch it, but it ended up getting 5 million views in a week there in 2012.
Tractor driving through Kansas.
Along with performing some of their songs, the brothers shared a message as well.
We like to tell students to be involved and step out of their comfort zone and try new things, whether that's FFA, 4-H, or music, or sports, or really any activity they can be involved in high school. They're all really good to prepare you for later in life. We felt like being involved as high schoolers really helped us later in life.
I am a farmer and they want to see me show.
Students enjoyed the brothers' presentation.
They played a lot of popular songs that they turned into parodies. It was really interesting and entertaining.
After performing, the brothers met with students and signed autographs. But their favorite part of this experience is getting to do what they enjoy.
For me, I enjoy the kind of getting to do both working on the farm, outside with my family, kind of out in the country, and then also getting to travel and speak to different audiences. And
for PTV, this is Maverick Hedrick Adams.
Even if you're good at blind texting, please don't try that while you're driving.
In fact, when you're driving, texting isn't the only distraction you should avoid. Our SAFE team brought in a special speaker to remind us of just that. Take a look.
Driving requires very little skill. Is that a true or false statement?
The PHS SAFE Committee invited Gary Parker to come to the school and tell the students about how dangerous distracted driving can be.
The SAFE Committee is the Seat Belts Are For Everyone committee. At our school, it's comprised of two members of each class, and we basically get them in when they're freshmen and they stay for the entire high school career.
Officer Parker shared access to an app that will encourage and reward students for driving safely.
It's a free app.
He also reminded everyone that distracted driving includes a lot more than just texting.
But America started thinking, when I talked about distracted driving, what I meant was cell phones. Cell phones is not our only problem.
In our world, cell phones is the first one that comes to mind, but a lot of people are, kind of like he said, trying to multitask and do different things, and so I do think people drive while distracted. Just if we can reach, one or two students, maybe keep one or two students safe, that's the goal every time, is to just try and help anybody, even if it's one person.
For PTV, this is Cheyenne Miller.
Our journalism students recently competed at the regional KSBA contest. Here's a closer look at what that's all about.
Recently, Mrs. Side's journalism class attended the KSPA regional competition.
We attend the regional and then subsequently state contests just because it gives us kind of a different type of practice in the skills that we're doing in class and putting into our publications. It's kind of a fun event. I think the students look forward to it every year, and they really like the competition aspect of it, so that's always fun. The students are allowed to participate in 4 separate contests, and that can be a combination of on-site contests or contests that are done ahead of time, which are called carry-in contests.
Senior Ashlyn Cole had 2 projects for the competition.
For my contest, I did cut line writing, which is like caption writing. And then for my carry-in, which is what we do at Phillipsburg at school to bring here, I did yearbook theme and graphics, which is like a layout that you can make with like different themes and stuff. I thought I did pretty well. The hardest part was probably just choosing the theme we used for our carry-in, but overall I thought I did a pretty good job.
The students look forward to getting their results.
We have, I'd say, in the time that I've been here, we've always finished in the top 3 at the state competition, and then last year we actually won the state competition at the 3A level. So I feel like the students are excited and yet feel a little bit of pressure because they want to maintain that. And so, you have to qualify at regionals before we can get to state. So there is a little bit of a pressure there to repeat our state performance from last year.
For PTV, this is Ava Skimper.
Activities like journalism, PTV, music, and art are great outlets for students to express their creativity.
But in our next story, you'll see how one PHS student showed her creativity that wasn't really class-related at all. Take a look.
No, she's like...
Creative doodling in class turned into something much more for one PHS student.
Well, I was sketching in class and I made this really dorky raccoon human hybrid flexing, and I thought it was so funny. And Piche had told us earlier that there was this website that we can make our art into stickers, and I was like, I totally want to make this into a sticker. It's ridiculous enough that I would love it, other people would love it. I think I could actually like sell this, or honestly, I wasn't even focused on selling it. I was just like, I want everybody to have this. I want people to have this really dorky raccoon.
Once the design was created, it was time to make a sticker.
I sketch it out on a piece of paper, then I take a picture of that sketch and upload it onto Adobe Illustrator, and I go through and line art it. So I go through and just go around the edges, make it a nice black line for things. Then I take that line art and I put it into Photoshop and I go and color it. And once I've colored it and shaded it and highlighted everything and I think it's good enough, I will put it onto Sticker Mule.
Summer will continue to make new stickers.
I actually have planned out and sketched out over 22 different sticker ideas, and I'm currently working on digitalizing them right now. I'm taking requests from anybody that wants a sticker or has an idea for a sticker, and I will, if it's a good enough idea or if I think I will be able to actually do it, I'll write it down and start sketching it out.
For PTV, this is Colette Kennedy.
Now it's time for our PTV Sports Report.
Hey Panther fans, it's time for sports. I'm Trent Herrick.
And I'm Colette Kennedy. Our wrestling team wrapped up the season with a strong performance at the state tournament in Hayes. Here's a closer look.
This past weekend, the Panthers took on the 321A state wrestling tournament.
Jake Sisson at 126 ended up second place, capping off a three-time state finalist for 3 years that he was there. He came up short on his goal of being a state champ, but he gave it his all. Aaron Linker finished third. Lost a heartbreaker in the quarterfinals to the kid that was in the state finals, but fought back to get third place to finish off his senior career. He's also a two-time state medalist for us, three-time qualifier. Okay, Brock Bursch went 2-2 at his first time state qualifying. Wrestled really well. Ended up wrestling the state champion in the first round. So, and then Ryland Hayes at heavyweight. This is his second time qualifying. He also went 2-2, which he improved on last year, going 1-2. Team-wise, we finished tied for 12th. Out of 70-some teams, that's pretty good, only taking 4 guys.
Throughout his career, Jacob Sisson learned much more than how to wrestle.
Don't take reps off. That's probably the one thing you sit and think about and regret the most is the times that you didn't finish all the way through the lines, the reps you took off, the reps you didn't do. It's not really your wins and losses, it's more just the times you rested when you could have just pushed harder and done that extra rep or done that extra set in weights or whatever in general.
Last 126 pounds, a senior from Phillipsburg High School with a record of 39-6.
Despite not earning a championship, Coach Kenny is pleased with his team's effort.
I thought the team wrestled, very well overall for the last 2 days. It's just a accumulation of everybody that came together, and we had great support from everybody down at the state meet, and fans and parents and everybody else. So it was a good 2 days, but we never end the way we want to. It only ends for those people that end up in the finals winning it and that team race. So it just makes us hungry for next year and something to build on to.
For PTV, this is Eva Arment.
Congratulations to the entire wrestling team on a good season, and a special shout out to Aaron and Jacob for medaling at state.
Now on to basketball, where our boys had to travel to TMP to take on the Monarchs in the first round of sub-state.
Senior Parker Dibble gets the first Panther points at the game when he gets his fast break layup. Then senior Tyler Martin cuts through the defense to get an inside look and another 2 points. And still in the first quarter, senior Austin Miller gets 2 of his game total 10 points when Ty Sides dishes off to him for the bucket. The first quarter was tied at 14 with just seconds left when Ty Sides drained his three to put the Panthers up 17-14 at the end of the first quarter.
The scoring slowed down in the second quarter for both teams. Ethan Laddick would be the only Panther to score a field goal in the quarter as he knocked down this baseline three. Panthers led at half 22-18.
In the third quarter, Phillipsburg trailed by 3 points when Jeremy Ford made this drive and bucket to pull within one. Ty Sides then hits a pair of free throws to regain the Panther lead with just 2 minutes left in the third. But then, TMP would get a couple of buckets and the Panthers trailed after 3 quarters, 30-33.
In the fourth quarter, Phillipsburg trailed by 5, but then Ty Sides hit back-to-back threes to put the Panthers back on top by 1 with about 4 minutes left to go. But that wouldn't be enough as TMP answered back and went on to win 42-38, putting an early end to the Panther season.
In girls action, the Lady Panthers hosted Concordia in the first round. The Panthers started aggressively and got on the board first.
Pulls in, finds Sides. Schneider with the screen for Sides. Sides dribbling out, drives in, it's up. 2-point layup is good. Phillipsburg off to an early lead.
Phillipsburg got the outside game going as well.
Soliday finds Wells at the top of the key, shot is up, and it's good. She nails the three.
The Panthers kept the gas pedal on offensively and defensively.
Oh, Sides jumps the pass, and she drives all the way in. Her 2-point layup is good.
Phillipsburg led after the first quarter, 20-9.
In the second quarter, Phillipsburg extended the lead with this shot.
Stores looking for a dribble. Finds Pockbeer. Pockbeer's jump shot is good.
The lead grew to 19 points when Kylie Soliday found the open look.
Pass to Wells. Wells over to Soliday. Soliday shoots the three, and she banks it in. She nails another one.
But Concordia got a run of their own and cut down the deficit. Phillipsburg led 37-30.
In the third quarter, Soliday started building up the Panther lead again when she hit another three.
Schneider over to Wells. Wells finds Soliday. Soliday puts up a three, and she hits it.
The Lady Panthers maintained about a 10-point lead throughout the quarter, but Concordia launched a buzzer beater that banged in to make the score 52-44 to end the third quarter.
To start the fourth quarter, Taryn Sides gets 2 of her 27 points on the night with this drive, putting the Panthers back up by 10.
Sides drives in right off the beginning. Left-handed floater is good.
Phillipsburg maintained control throughout the quarter.
Reverses to Sides. Sides, step back 2-point. Nope. She looks to dish it. Schneider's layup is good.
Phillipsburg goes on to win 68-53.
Phillipsburg will play TMP at 6 o'clock tonight at Beloit in the semifinals. Come out and cheer loudly for our team. If you can't make it, you can watch our stream on Panther Television's YouTube channel.
Looks like we're out of time. I'm Colette Kennedy.
And I'm Trent Herrick. Go Panthers.
Ava, have you ever watched the Jerry Springer Show?
Yeah, I've seen some clips of that on Facebook, I think.
Well, you probably didn't know that we have our own Springer at PHS.
A Springer at PHS?
Yes, Cory Springer. Here's his first show.
Thank you. Welcome to the show. Our first guest today says she's caught in a cheating scandal that can make her lose everything. Let's meet Evangelina.
Hi, Cory.
So, tell us what's going on.
You know how it is. High school is full of all kinds of stress, for real though. And sometimes a girl just had to find a way to deal, you know, for real, for real. And so, my boyfriend wasn't around when I needed him. So, well, I found someone else. My boyfriend don't know it yet, but I cheated.
You cheated and he doesn't know?
No, he don't know. I feel bad and all, but, you know, a girl gotta do what a girl gotta do. And I just gave in at the moment, you know. And I'm here today because I need to tell him.
So, Evangelina, what's your boyfriend's name?
Ronaldo.
All right, let's bring out Ronaldo. So, Ronaldo, do you know why you're here today?
No, man. I mean, my life's pretty good. I mean, I got a good woman and all that. You know, I'm passing classes. I'm doing good in baseball. Man, I'm doing pretty good. Babe, why are you here? Why are you on this show? You're not doing me wrong, are you?
No, hon. I've got something to tell you.
Oh, no, babe. Is this another guy? I mean, if it's another guy, we can work things out.
No, it's not like that. You see, for real though. You know how you always been helping me do chemistry?
Yeah, girl. You know that class is easy for me. What happened in chemistry?
So, we have a problem with chemistry?
It ain't like that, Cory. Naldo, I was doing my chemistry work, and the teacher, she got me all messed up, and I was so confused, and I thought, alright, I'll just take my work home and have my man Naldo show me how to do it.
Yeah, girl, you know I got you.
That assignment was due at midnight, and you was at your baseball game. I texted you and called you, but you never got back.
Don't tell me. Did you? Did you, really?
I had to, Naldo. I can't flunk that class. I just got the answers from someone else, and I just copied them down and turned it in. I'm so sorry, Naldo.
No, babe. You couldn't have. You mean you just wrote down the answers and you didn't even understand what you were doing?
I'm so sorry. For real. I tried, but I just didn't understand one word of what I was doing. I copied.
How could you? I mean, cheating? For real! For real! I mean, I can handle another guy. I mean, that's easy. But cheating in chemistry class? That's so wrong.
He's right, you know. That is pretty bad.
Who was it? Who gave you those answers? Who disrespect your education and help you cheat? That.
Well, Ronaldo, we'll answer all of that for you. He's here today, and he's been listening to all the colorful names you called him. Let's bring out Steven.
Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, let's go. Glory. How could you touch my girl, you little? Give me my hat back.
Get off of me. She took those answers without thinking twice. She wanted my answers bad. I didn't make her cheat. She hit submit on her iPad all on her own, man.
Boys, come on, squat. We'll talk about it. They were good answers, Naldo. And I didn't have to think at all.
Good answers? Girl, how do you know the answers were good? You don't know a periodic table from a kitchen table.
Yeah, and we know which table she's been sitting at the most.
Bud, how dare you say that to me?
You know, you're both lousy cheaters. I don't want nothing to do with both of you. You know what? You can cheat together for all I care. I'm out of here.
Looks like we're out of time for today's show. Join us next time as we talk to teachers' pets who steal teachers' actual pets.
Glory, 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 glory.
That wraps up this episode of PTV. I'm Ava Skimper.
And I'm Kay Pockelbeard. Stay classy, Phillipsburg High.